This amazing project, Songs for Mary and If the Walls Could Talk, has unearthed so many stories that I sometimes lose count of them. But this particular story of Woogie Harris, who owned Mystery Manor and owned the house where this giant story takes place, to park his car, which was called a Duesenberg, right out front. And the car was this outrageous piece of metal sculpture that would just sit there shining and sparkling, and it was a very prominent possession. I did a little research and became obsessed with learning more about Duesenbergs. I am a car nut, but I didn't know about this car. And that's what's so cool about this entire project. If you didn't save the house, we wouldn't know anything about this car or its history. J-209 was the engine of the car, and I started to look for it. And I started to look for it because there wasn't much information that I could find that I needed for my musical. There's lots of information about Woogie, but I was looking for something in particular for the script, and the car was perfect. And so we sat, I think I looked for this car for a couple of years, 3 or 4 years, and the Duesenberg Museum, which is called the Auburn Cord Duesenberg Club Museum in Auburn, Indiana, was instrumental in locating the car. They knew who owned these cars, and they knew what collections they belonged in, and we're very excited that they found J-209, and J-209 will be at the lecture that we are going to give on February 8th at the museum. Janae Solomon and I will be going to the museum to talk about Mystery Manor, what Mystery Manor did, which was sort of a spiritual safe haven for people of color who were traveling through Pittsburgh at the time. They could be celebrities during the day, but they had to shelter behind closed doors at night. They weren't allowed on the streets at night, and Woogie Harris gave them a safe place to stay. So on February 8th, we will be talking about the history of Mystery Manor, Woogie Harris, and his Duesenberg. And I want to invite everybody to tune in and learn about Woogie Harris, learn about Mystery Manor, and most importantly, I hope, learn about the importance of saving these architectural homes that are being knocked down to make ugly buildings, but saving these homes so that you never lose this history ever again.